Every interaction I have with anyone who is suffering from pain and other symptoms is in some way the same. Everyone wants answers, doesn't know where to find them, who to believe, what to think, or even despairs that there are answers. My column system explains every corner of mind-body experience so that you know how to think and what to do to get better fast. The 3 columns, emotions, doubt, and power, are each tools to eradicate chronic symptoms, alleviate acute ones, and expand peace and alignment with yourself. My group membership allows you to interact directly with me to help you think through how to handle each mind-body moment in a supportive, mind-body educated community. You can sign up for these at www.crushingdoubtmembership.org. If you haven't already, click subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, hit like if you like what you're hearing, and put your comments below, and we'll get back to you personally. In this episode of my how-to series, we're going to look at how to prevent any one doubt from gaining ground in its influence over your thinking, so that you can always keep doubt at a low hum at worst. As I often say, if doubt is in the picture, it is going to be the dominant force of the moment. No good thought process or even processing of emotions can happen when doubt is predominating. Think about what doubt is: fear, confusion, lack of certainty, and questions. Could we really think very well when these things are in the picture? Especially with fear and confusion, we're not going to be in a good headspace to think clearly. We are, in fact, already not thinking clearly by definition. In a previous episode, I talked about moving along a spectrum towards the least invasive and most productive of doubts: questions. Remember, I'm talking about what I call A questions. Any question that is designed to get you more information and further your sense of certainty about what is going on. Doubt will use any and all forms of life to weasel its way into the discussion, though, and it even does so with questions. This is how A questions become B questions, ones that are used by doubt to get you more confused, more hopeless, more worried. These aren't actually questions. They're doubts. Just as doubt can warp your questions and make them not only not useful, but even harmful, doubt will twist and warp any process to keep you off balance. This is part of how doubt operates, by the way. It does not want to be detected, because once it's detected, it stands very little chance of remaining effective. So it hides anywhere it can. Unfortunately, it has infinite places to hide because its job is really very easy. It just isn't hard to make anyone doubt virtually anything at any given moment. It uses intelligence against you. It uses imagination against you. It uses creativity and empathy against you. Doubt will use anything against you to keep you off of the scent of what is really going on. This is why it is so important to have doubt front and center in any mind-body conceptualization. It just is far too varied, expansive, resourceful, and tricky to be left out of the equation of our understanding for even a second. If we do, doubt has room to play. Remember, it's not as much work as it may sound like to keep doubt at bay. What I'm suggesting is to build it into the fiber of your thinking and being so that it's automatic. I don't even work hard at finding doubts now. I've gotten very used to thinking of doubt as a way of life, and it makes it natural to catch it in action, not have any worries about what it will do, and almost smile at it because it is so familiar, if not downright ridiculous in ways that can make me laugh at times. Very often, if doubt can't catch you directly, such as worrying that a symptom might be from an actual injury, it will get you at the next level of doubt. Let me give some more examples of this. If doubt can't fool you directly, it might then shift to a new strategy of convincing you some of the following. Doubt is so extensive, I'll never be able to catch it all, so I might as well give up. This doubt is just too hard to pinpoint, so I'll never get there. There are too many possibilities in this scenario. How will I ever figure it out? Do you see how doubt just moves to the next level when a direct doubt doesn't work? This is why it has it so easy. There is literally always something that you could doubt, and it will go wherever it is allowed to go. The good news is, you just need to remember how active and multifaceted doubt can be, and just by being aware of it, it is largely neutralized. Today, though, I want to highlight yet another way that doubt hides in plain sight. As always, it doesn't have to work too hard to do it, but knowing its methods will help you not fall into any of its traps. One thing I have found doubt does very frequently is to convince you that this time, in this situation, with this presentation, this doubt is different. I'll cut right to the punchline. It isn't. All doubts are the same. Do not let any doubt hide in the idea that it is different. For example, you might find yourself thinking, oh, I totally get how the mind-body principle works for musculoskeletal issues, but can it really make me have a feeling of electrical shocks? Well, why not? Why let doubt convince you that this one doubt is somehow special? If you apply the science and logic, it becomes clear pretty quickly that all symptoms follow the same pathways, and as such, doubt has made a preposterous argument sound plausible. But how did it do it? It did so on the ground that this doubt is finally making a good point where the others you've exposed weren't. Nope. Dead wrong. Doubt never makes a good point. Not ever. It is only good at convincing you that this time it is making a good point. I will grant doubt that it is clever, that it manages to make its arguments very convincingly on first glance much of the time. That's in its nature. If it's not convincing at all, how could it possibly fool you in any way? But the best news of all is that on second and third glances, doubt never does well, because it's wrong. Let's take a few more examples of how each doubt treats itself as if it is special and this time it's telling you something important. Doubt might give in when you challenge it on any number of points, but then move to this argument. But what if I can't trust my own mind? It's always got somewhere it can go next, and it will unless you see that all doubts are the same. The structure or specifics of the doubt don't matter at all. Doubt is just reinventing its old recipe in a new presentation. How about this one? What if there are just so many unknowns that we can't be certain? This is another doubt classic. Anything that is designed to shut down the conversation is a sure sign that the side trying to shut it down has something to hide. Look, things can be complicated, sure, but we have solved major and immensely complicated things over and over. Why would we stop here? Especially when investigating more, thinking scientific and logically doesn't do any harm. On top of that, if we keep making gains in understanding better, why would this doubt be any different than any other? Each and every time doubt tries to establish itself, it uses certain tactics to do so. Making plausible sense is part of the picture. Preying on multiple explanations so it remains unclear is another. Using an intellectual conundrum against you is another. Be on the lookout for them all, but recognize that one of doubt's main strategies is to separate each individual doubt as different than the others, particularly when you are already on to the general concept of doubt. No doubt is any different than another, and if you are trying to convince yourself that it is, consider that this is a specific method doubt uses, and it can be exposed by not buying into the doubt any more than you would buy into any other. If you haven't already, click subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, hit like if you like what you're hearing, and put your comments below, and we'll get back to you personally.